So I'm asking, what was it all for? All the years, all the moments. I'm having meltdowns where I just realize along the course of my normal task what's going on, what's happened, that I'll never see my son ever again. And I can't fully I cannot fully accept it. Um, I remember reading a book to Forrest, and maybe I read it to both my kids, but it was Gabriel Garcia Marquez wrote a series of articles in a newspaper about a shipwrecked sailor who lasted 10 days in a rubber dinghy. I think it was like in 1960 that this happened. And my kids demanded, or at least I remember, there was a demand that I read every night until the story uh, resolved, because it was terrifying. It was a young sailor who, along with a couple dozen others, were swept into the ocean outside of New Orleans in the Gulf, and giant waves he describes, and this kid, this young sailor ended up by himself in one of these rubber life rafts that had ropes on the bottom, so that if it flipped over, it's like you were in it. You didn't have to flip it over again. And he almost died because she tried to eat his shoes, but since they wouldn't come apart, the shoe company made him an endorser years later. Oh my God! But Forrest and I discussed the state of the guy and what it must have been like. He was hallucinating, or he believed that he saw these giant, one night a giant turtle come up. And the sharks came every night, and they didn't let him sleep. Every night the sharks came, and they stayed until dawn. And then the sun would torture him. He finally kills a seagull, but there's nothing really there to eat, and he feels so bad because it's a bad luck thing to do. And we came to that book because I wanted to show both my children, but speaking of Forrest, like as much real things, real facts, real stories, real animals, real history. Um, that was important because those things are the most incredible. You can have fantastic fantasies, but they're not as incredible as how real things are, how animals are, how nature is, how we are. At one point, I remember lost my temper with my son when he was small, and I hit him. And he cried, and I held him and swore to him that I would never hit him again. I was angry and I was violent, and I probably hit him like any normal parent would, like, on his butt. But it was totally uncool. And my father hit me, and I felt that direct connection. And I swore to my son that I would never hit him again. And I never did, and that was super cool. We had he did not fear me being violent. I could be angry, I could be forceful, I could be very passionate, but I he did not have to fear me being drunk, violent, fucked up on drugs, bringing dangerous people near him, putting him in dangerous situations. That was that was a pact. I don't want to make videos too long, but I would like to at least say that, Forrest broke, I've said this before, but our pact, because we make an assumption, we trust that the person we love, that we're, in life with, isn't going to do something that's going to kill them. Right? I mean, this is just like baseline. And I'm having a lot of difficulty with that, because he did know how dangerous heroin is. So I'm just really sad. It's not even angry anymore. I'm so deeply full of sorrow. Today I played music, and music is so joyous. I mean, it's hitting me in a different way, but it's not joyous. It's full of sorrow. Anyway, I already expressed that. Thank you.